guys, this is Jenny here from Jenny's Walk, and I am here in San Sebastian here in a family-owned coffee factory. So let's go inside and take a look and see all this lovely coffee that they have to offer, the plantation and everything else that goes with it.
Sanchez family and Encarnacion family. Those families, they were the wealthiest families of San Sebastian, Spanish origin mostly. Then it was an unwritten rule among the people who ruled San Sebastian. The most of them, the owners of mines, the wealthy people were mostly Spanish background people. But and what was an unwritten rule that got only made between Spanish background people. Spain was dominated by Arabs for almost 100 years. Even the south of Spain is still referred like most close to Africa than Europe. Spanish people say Europe begins at the Pyrenees and above. Then south of Spain is almost Africa. That's why they say, okay, let your bear grow up, and then you're gonna be considered part of the Spanish background.
So foodies, we're here in San Sebastian with loads of history. As we take a look around, we have that stony street, colonial homes. It was once ruled by the colonials in the 16th century, and we are mainly above sea level where the coffee plantation is. The coffee here is one of the best coffee, very strong, delectable coffee that you will find here in Mexico, and it is grown right here above sea level. So let's go inside and take a look.
Her mother got married with an Indian person.
It's a family, business.
Because to see Indian is confused. Because people from India say, okay, we're Indian. What happened? Indian migrated to the north. It's because when the Spaniards came down here to this continent, they thought they were arriving to India. That's why they call us Indians, but we are not Indians. We're people who are native to this continent. And well, this lady, her mother, broke the tradition, saying, I don't want to get married with a Spanish person because I'm in love with that person, and he's an Indian, and I don't care. He got married, and he was already mestizo. Look at the girls. They're already mestizo, mixed between European and Spanish. The nanny of the girls took care of them because they were sent to school to Mexico City. In those times, only wealthy people had the possibility to do that, to send the girls to get educated. You want a sample? Go ahead, let me give you a sample. Actually, I consider it's smoother than Brazilian or Colombian coffee.
The plantation is over 100 years old, as I said. You could smell the coffee from out on the street, whether the coffee is brewing or just smelling it roasted. So let me try this. Nice of a clay cup over here. Well, I'm not much of a coffee drinker. I'm a cold coffee drinker, not much of a hot coffee drinker. It has a robust taste to it. It's not very strong. I guess it all depends on how the beans is roasted. It's dark, medium, or Colombian roast. But this is really nice coffee. There's no sugar in here. It's just plain old coffee. And as we take a look over here, this is how the beans was grounded long time ago. This is what the coffee beans look like, and they would be roasted to perfection. There's all different levels of roasting: medium, dark, like you have Colombian or whatever. And this is where it will go into the machine. It's like a spinning fan belt looking thing over here that will just keep winding out. It goes into the funnel, and it will come out here into this our ground coffee. So this is just how it used to be done a long time ago by hand. And this is what the machine looked like. So the bag now, it's very dusty and fine. So this was to protect it, to keep it down and go into the vessel. It's a wake me up, believe me it is. So let's take a look and see of the different types of coffees that you have and what levels of roasting and what information we can gather here about coffee. Oh, that number one drink in the morning when we wake up, breakfast coffee.
Red blood color, beautiful color. And then if you choose the fruit, you pick up a ripe fruit and chew it. Oh, good, it's sweet and juicy. But you are not going to find the coffee flavor until they are roasted.
According to our tour guide,
Then
this is the Arabic coffee. This is
certain
what the
companies
coffee looks
produce
like.
a lotion with the
You see the green
the
coffee,
extract of
and
these,
those little seeds
leaves
will
of
get
citrus
ripe
trees.
and turn red. And that is when it is ripe. It's going to pick. It's going to stay on the tree until perfected, until it's ripe. It's going to be picked, washed clean, dry, and put out to dry out in the sun. It has to be roasted before you get that fine coffee taste. So this is what the trees look like. You see how cool it is? There you go. These are the different types of coffees that we have here, the coffee trees. This is a lime tree. This is the plantation. So, my foodies, you can leave me a comment below. Let me know how many of you know about the cocoa plantation and the coffee plantation. I grew up in the Caribbean islands and in the rural area where I know very well about the coffee plantation. And places like Jamaica, above sea level, is where the coffee best blossom, and you get with the soil. That determines also the taste and the quality of the coffee. Like Blue Mountain coffee from Jamaica. So this one is from Mexico. See how the string, look at how the string of coffee is. This is how the plantation is. And of course we have the macaw. We have 4 macaws, 5 macaws over here. Beautiful. Do they talk? What? Hola. So let's move along.
Yeah, Matt.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, this is a guava. Oh, hello. Foodies, look at that. You see that up there? That's a lemon. That's those big lemon. Take a look at that. This is the kind of life I want to live. You know, get away from the big city, go into the country area and have this lovely life. And you see this moss over here? This is great for your orchid plants. You see how it is growing on, it's like a parasite. A living thing growing on another living thing. And that is, could use that. I remember Granny picking those, taking them and grafting plants. That is exactly what it's used for, the moss in the trees. You put it together, you cut it in a slanted position. Both of them you put together and you graft the plant. Let's go inside.
Everything, and they keep the
natural
trees.
natural
pesticide. They keep the trees very healthy.
Coffee plantation, and as you all will remember if you grew up with Granny, and like how I grew up in the Caribbean islands, we had the cocoa and the coffee plantation. And in the coffee plantation, if you take a look, Granny also had like lime and lemons. She had those trees planted inside together with the coffee. You see avocado there, also avocado. So next time you buy a bag of avocado, the Hass avocado, you could take a look and see if it came from Mexico, Puerto Vallarta or San Sebastian. These are also lime trees, lemon trees, orange trees, and there's also grapefruit. Let's take a look, spin around, Mr. Cameraman. And there you go, those are grapefruit. Right here. Remember? Let me know how many of you had those childhood days remembering the back of the house used to be so cool. Take a look at the soil. You see how over here, look at that. How many of you remember this, and how many of you are still living like this? And all the debris, and when you chop the branches and prune the trees, it will just be dumped back into the cocoa and coffee, where it will remain there and the leaves for its own natural compost. So leave me a line, drop me a comment, and let me know how many of you know this type of life. Take a look, just zoom all around, my dear foodies. Mr. Cameraman, and just give foodies a good look. Let's go this way now. Foodies, do you remember Granny doing this? This here, you know, as I say, it's a parasite. It's orchid. She will take the orchid and put it in the rotted wood, or it will also grow on the branches of the trees, the lime or the lemon trees. Remember that? And beautiful colors there. And this, my dear foodies, this is the flower of the coffee. This is the flowers, and all of these little buds here, the flower, it will turn into these coffee, just like what you're looking at. So this is the flower and this is the fruit.
Plantation allows them to peel easier. Then after 1 week, they to peel off, and it's easier to pass by this machine and take off 2 cakes of fruit. Then it's necessary to pass twice to peel or to clean very well the coffee beans, because they have to take off peel and flesh. Then they have to pass for a second time to peel a 3rd cake. this cake. And the result is something like this. Look at this beautiful color, like jade color, which is called green coffee, green beans. Then they have to spread on the floor 1 more week to evaporate all the humidity under the sun rays. Otherwise, if they put in bags the bean without put under the sun rays, they get rotten. They run the risk to get some fungus or get rotten. Coffee beans with chocolate.
Ooh.
My favorite. Oh my God. It is dark roast covered with chocolate.
And this?
And this is spicy. It's corn. Toasted corn with chili pepper. And then it's spicy. And this is Mexican Viagra. Ponte duro. Get it hard.
Yes, get 5 of it.
You know, it comes with peanuts, corn, and se me olvida el otro. Peanuts, corn, and ¿qué más? Pumpkin seeds. Sorry, pumpkin seeds. Then this is pinole. It's a toasted corn, ground with mixed with cinnamon and sugar. It's very good. You can
So
put
foodies,
on
you know
your
what
mouth
it is,
some
right?
powder.
We call it chili
Spray the
BB.
face of somebody
BB?
else. Yeah, and then look at those are candy. I mean, skim milk cookies are made with skim milk. Then this is guava roll. This guava made candy, very good.
These are guava rolls.
This is mostly raw guava made candy, made a roll. And this is guava candy with candy milk inside. Caramel candy, you know, caramel milk candy inside. Cajeta, we call cajeta. Caramel milk. And this is the only product that they don't make over here is chocolate. It comes from Oaxaca state. But down here, this region is possible to produce chocolate because it's a region which grows the cocoa tree. And this is grain in ground coffee. And amigos, this is, oh my God, so good. This is pot coffee, café de olla. Chocolate, cinnamon, and coffee. So, oh my God, look at it, smell this.
Oh, that's 3 different things in there.
Smell this, it's, oh my God, so,
What is
so
it?
good.
Coffee?
Cinnamon and chocolate.
Cinnamon and chocolate with coffee. And you brew that for a breakfast blend?
Oh, so good.
Yes, maybe too.
Okay,
You can
muchachos,
have it
you can
hot
ask
and
whatever you
cold.
want to
Cold coffee too?
Daniela, Dani.
You could make that cold also, Miss Daniela. That's 3.
Cold? Ice cold.
To make it iced coffee. So foodies, there you go. All the different coffee. They're already roasted to perfection. And you could do them hot or cold coffee. So this, foodies, is where all the roasting of the beans takes place for that perfect coffee beans. Whether you're having breakfast blend, you're having espresso, this is the machine that you will just evenly roast it while it's turning and turning around. There you go. So foodies, there you go. She is just weighing out the coffee, and you all remember this weight. How much weight is this? ¿Cuánto libra eso?
250, 250 grams.
250 gram over here, and then she has the powdered coffee already roasted to perfection, and she's weighing them out. So foodies, this is a production line of the coffee. It's already picked, it already dried, already roasted to perfection. So here she is, as you see taking place, as I just mentioned to you. This is what goes on behind the scenes for the coffee. And I will be picking up 2, one with cinnamon and cocoa beans and one regular. So let's get brewing that lovely cup of coffee that makes your day. And let's not forget, these are chocolate coated coffee beans. I'm gonna try this also. Coffee, the main part of our, to start our day, a pick me up, a breakfast coffee. Here from San Sebastian in Mexico, Jenny's Walk.